So my wife was told by one of her clients that there's a cool antique store in South Minneapolis. So we're going to South Minneapolis. I'm going to see if I can find a straight razor that I can bevel and hone and hopefully resell for more than I paid for it. Alright, let's go check out the South Minneapolis antique store. So Mary's going in to go get some coffee. She told me that it may not be the kind of antique store that has straight razors, but I'm going to try something that I've never tried before. I'm going to attempt to buy an item and resell it. I'll try to make profit. If it goes well, it could be something that I could do on a regular basis to make some extra spending money. A little bit of a hustle. I don't have Google on my phone. I just have an old flip phone. So I'll just have to use my gut. Use my instincts. Maybe use Mary's phone. I don't know. We'll see what they got over there. So here we are in uptown, well I guess South Minneapolis, not quite uptown.
50th and Xerxes.
50th and Xerxes. We're gonna try out this Loft Antique. What's the store that we're at? What's the store we were gonna go to?
Hunt and Gather right there with a funky sign. And all kinds of funky stuff inside it.
Yeah, funky stuff. So I think I found a straight razor back there. She's going to go get a key right now.
Yeah, so what's the number?
So I did find a razor. It's called Bowding Wedge. It's handmade here in Minneapolis. And there you can see a little engraving of the name. That's the person that made it. So I'm gonna look into cleaning it up. It looks actually the handle or the scallop or whatever looks really nice shape. Paid $15 for it, so we'll see if I can resell it for some profit. Yeah, this place, this Hunt and Gather place, this is really quite the place.
No, look how cute it is!
Yeah.
It's like a real book. It's so great. What year was this published? 1970.
Show me the cover. I started knitting a sweater because I wanted an authentic Irish sweater. I'm Irish, so I can knit an authentic Irish sweater. Go stand next to that big head so you can see how big it is.
Okay.
That thing is huge.
This hat's hollow.
Yeah.
Like my
So my son loves glass bottles. And this is like every glass bottle. You could really do some alchemy with all the stuff in here.
Oh my god.
It's like all these are little glass vials.
They're thermometers. They've probably been up like a horse's butt.
That increases the value.
Wow. I found the ones. Pretty sure.
I like your jar.
Alright, so I got the sandpapers. I got the blade. I decided it's just the scale isn't just too nice a shape. So I'm not even gonna take the pins out. I'm just gonna try to sandpaper around the steel. I went to the Menards, found 800, 600, 220 and 400 grit. I don't really know if those are right or not. And then I got my Dremel. So hopefully the 800 grit gets me to where I need to be to just use the Dremel to buff out the steel. So I kind of want to give a little word of encouragement to people who want to try new things, because I've never done this before. Like I've never tried to restore anything. So, but I'm gonna give it a shot. But I want to give some encouragement to people who want to try things that they've never tried before and are scared to try it. Like I'm gonna be getting into making grills, which I now have to learn how to make molds for teeth. I have to learn how to apply the wax to the mold. I have to learn how to make a cast using a sprue base and flask with a and then using the lost wax method of using a burnout oven after pouring the molten gold into the cast. Like, I've never done any of this stuff before. I'm on a couple forums and I asked the questions, and this one gal was like, I see you asking a bunch of questions, and so you clearly don't know what you're doing. Perhaps you should start out with sand casting. Well, if I'm asking questions of how to do thing A, and you say, well, do thing B. Well, that's not the right answer. If I wanted to do thing B, I would ask questions on how to do thing B. Now, this is kind of weird, but another hobby that I do is I knit. I got into that because, see, I'm Irish. Shannon Mack, the name doesn't get much more Irish than that. But I wanted an authentic Irish sweater, and I'm like, well, heck, I'm Irish. I can knit my own sweater, and I started asking people if they could teach me how and everything, and bunch of people responded, well, you need to first start off by making like a little washcloth or something first. I'm like, well, the sweater is a big washcloth, so I'll just start off by making the very thing that I want to make. So I just want to encourage you guys that if you're starting new hobbies and you don't got a clue, just do it. Just jump in and do it. So yeah, with that said, I'm going to start sandpapering away on this steel on this straight razor. No clue what I'm doing, but I'm just jumping in. See if it works. Alright, so the first one I'm going to do is this 220 grit. I'm just going to cut a little piece off to use. Now this 220 grit that I got is not for wet. The 600 that I got and the 800 that I got is for wet or dry. I'm not 100% sure whether or not I'm going to use the water or not. We're just gonna see what happens here. I'm gonna wait to sharpen the blade until afterwards because I don't want a sharp razor right this second. Yeah, that seems to be taking her off. That rust is cleaning right up. The big issue that I'm going to have is getting where the steel is by the scale, because I want to clean up the steel, but I don't want to sandpaper on that antique plastic, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and work through this 220, 400, 600, 800, and then I'll show you guys where we're at before I buff and polish it. So here it is after the 220, 400, 600, 800. It's pretty darn good. There's this one, not sure if you can see that. That's my biggest dilemma, my biggest concern is the tip of the blade has little chips in it, but we'll hopefully be able to take that off with the sandstones when I go to sharpen it. So I'm just going to use an alcohol wipe and clean off this scale here. Yeah, it's like new. I thought it was like black, but it's blue. You can see the blue right there. It's kind of translucent. I'm not sure if you can see it, but somebody's initials are in it there. You can kind of see it. That is the initials apparently of this guy that worked at Bowding Wedge. He's the one that hand made it. He signed it. His name looks like Grenell or something like that. Alright, so now I'm going to try to polish out that chip in there and get her shave ready. Alright, so there she is, all cleaned up and polished up and beveled and honed and stropped. Shave ready. Paid $15 for it. I know I've seen them ranging from like $65 to $250 for these Bowding wedges. So I'm gonna list this for $100 and just see what happens. If I don't get any responses, I'll lower down to 65 or 75, whatever. So yeah, hopefully we'll make a buck. All right, let's play some poker. So I'm trying out one of these $11 turbo sit and goes. I normally don't play turbos. My understanding is that just means the blinds increase faster. So yeah, normally it's 8 minutes, and now it's you can see it's 5 minutes. So we'll see how this goes. Pair of jacks. Oh, it's pot got crazy. I don't know what to do with jacks here. It got limped. Raised, and then 3-bet. I'm just gonna, I'm folding. I'll never know. And then I get queens. We'll count that as the poker gods, Lord G, rewarding me for doing the right thing with my jacks. I like to re-raise with queens. So I'm going to bet 60, 120, 180, 240, 300, 360. Yeah, you don't want to mess around with queens, because if an ace lands, I don't know where I'm at. Kings land, I don't know where I'm at. Ace 9 on the button. Oop, I'm out of there. Nine, 10 suited. 300. Blinds are 100. I don't like the fact that there's a multi-way pot. But that's actually, just the queen is actually a good... Go big or go home, guys. That's how you do it, kids. Follow me for more recipes.
Okay, that's a lot better. Lock her down. Now I'm measuring to the flat, right?
Got my pairs of 7s here on the button. I'm going to do 2.5, the blinds, which is 250. Hopefully they just fold, or if they call, hopefully I get a 7. King 10 suited early position is good enough when you have just so few people. Yeah, it's basically 6 max rules here. King 10 is the bottom of my range there, but since he just bet or limped in, I'm going to try to steal the dead money. Oh, he didn't go for that. And I just spanked him for his error. Ace Queen early position. I'm just gonna go 500. I'm a cash player. I don't min bet. This trend of min betting in early position or anywhere for that matter just doesn't compute to me. If I'm in early position and I make a bet, I want it to be on the biggish end because I don't want callers. I definitely don't want 2. I don't want to be multi-way on a min bet because I'm clueless where I stand. If I bet big early position and I get a caller, I know they have. I know that I can put them on a range. It takes away the roller coaster up and down ride that you can go on. 600. Yeah. Min betting just increases your variance. I don't know why anybody would want to increase your variance. Ooh. Now here I have 7-4. Now I am just going to limp in. Now, on the big stack, hands like 7-4 suited actually go up in value, whereas hands like pair aces actually go down in value. Now obviously I'm not calling $1,000 to go fishing. I want to get in to flops cheaply with my perspective hands, because when I hit it big, I know it, they don't know it, and I'm able to rob them. But if I don't hit big, I also know it, and I can get out. with a pair of aces, kings, queens, ace king, ace queen. I don't necessarily know where I'm at, and I don't want to gamble half my stack when I'm in the lead. I gotta consider ICM. Alright, I'm in the monies. And as you can see, I am now not the big stack. So ace, ace, king, king, all that is premium. In my 5-7, don't mean jack. Hey, I love that. Pair of sixes. I will jam that all day long at 300 blind. So I only have like 6 big blinds. Hopefully he calls and loses. Typical. So yeah, 3rd place. Still hanging out at 360. I go down to 350, back up to 450. Down to 350, back up to 450. Sometimes 500. Back and forth, back and forth. Whatever.